Hello everyone, my name is Visali. I'm the Vice President of Legal Operations at TISCA, and today we have a very special guest here with us today, Siyane, the founder of the ArtSi Corner.
Thank you, Visali. I'm really excited to be here, and thank you for this opportunity.
So Siyane, can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into graphic design?
Yeah, so when I was young, I always loved doing art. So I would color, draw, or just do some arts and crafts. And I always really just enjoyed seeing my art make people happy. So when I got into high school, I loved art class. And my art teacher was just really inspiring. And she told me that, you could have a career in art. But when you would grow up in a South Asian household and a culture, you are told to be a doctor or an accountant. Those are the main careers to go. But my art teacher brought me to the career fair that happened at school. She was like, you could become a graphic designer by going to at John Abbott College. They have a program. So I told my parents. They were super supportive. So I got into graphic design, and now for the past 10 years, I've been a graphic designer. And then in the past couple of years, I thought I wanted my art to do more than just working for a company, which I still have to do because we all have to work. But I wanted my art to change the lives of children mostly. So that's why I started the ArtSi Corner. I wanted to represent a safe space for kids to feel like they can express themselves, be who they are, and really a place for them to develop their minds, because I think it's so important for kids to develop their minds at a young age so they can really flourish as teenagers, adults. And I realized that not only did I want to give back to my community, Tamil community here in Montreal, I really wanted to do something back home with this initiative as well.
So Siyane, how did you approach the design and illustration process for the coloring book?
Let's start with the cover. The cover is the last thing I did, actually, because the cover has all the illustrations, some of the illustrations from the drawing. So I had to complete all that first before I did the cover. But for the illustrations inside, I found the words first for each letter, which I actually had a lot of help from some of my friends who helped me with the Tamil, because I am learning through the process while creating this coloring book. I unfortunately don't know how to read and write Tamil. I only speak it. So I found all the words for the letters, and then the drawing. So like I said before, I love to draw as a kid. So some of these drawings are actually the way I used to draw these specific things as a kid. Of course, they're a bit more polished now because I've had a lot of, I've got more techniques and stuff. But for example, I loved to draw leaves when I was a kid. So this was one of my favorite pages because these are always the leaves that I drew. But yeah, on each page there's the word with the letter where you could practice writing the letter, and then the drawing. And I also really made sure that the strokes on the drawings were thicker, because as a kid, when I would draw in coloring books that were thinned lines, I would always draw color outside of the lines, and it was almost more like an insecurity for me, because I was like, oh, I can't color well. So I didn't want the kids to have that sort of feeling, although it's okay to color outside the lines, but I wanted it to be very simple drawings, big, so it's easier to color the drawings. Yeah.
So we see here that the book is in Tamil. Why was it important for you to make this book in Tamil?
So growing up, I was one of those kids that I did not like going to Tamil class. I found any excuse to get out of it. I didn't have a pleasant experience. It wasn't something I looked forward to, even though it was just every Saturday. But even growing up, I was embarrassed to speak Tamil. I really didn't want, all my friends that weren't Tamil, in school or work, they'd be like, oh, you speak Tamil? Say something. I'd be like, no, I'm not saying anything. Because I was just so embarrassed. So it's only, I think, in college when I started to hang out with more Tamil people and involve myself more in the Tamil community that I was just like, wow, this is a great culture, great, I should be proud of being Tamil. I started putting the effort in speaking Tamil at home with my parents, and I got more comfortable speaking Tamil. And so I just wish that as a kid, I had something like this that was creative and fun while learning the language. So I thought, okay, I tried to see if it existed. There are some here and there, but like nothing that was like intentional, I feel like. And I'm not trying to bash anyone, but it's like within Montreal in Canada, I didn't see anything. So I was like, here, there's a void, let me fill it. So I decided to create it. And honestly, like I learned so much from it also. So it's like a win-win.
So we're both here sitting today as two Tamil women. I'm part of TISCA, which is Tamil Youth Sporting and Cultural Association. And my colleagues and I started this association as a means of holding on to our Tamil identity. I wanted to ask you if that had any influence in why you started and founded the ArtSi Corner.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, again, I don't know how to read and write Tamil. And if I want to teach Tamil to my future children, like, I don't know if I can confidently say that I can, right? So I think this was a means for me to allow our generation to have a way to teach our kids Tamil and keep our language alive, keep our Tamil heritage alive, because I think our parents really did a great job in trying to instill that in us.
How did you distribute the coloring books to children in the Northeast?
So I actually started this coloring book process 3 years ago, but I'm embarrassed to say, but like life gets in the way and I just never got to it. But then I was in the process of trying to really find what my purpose was here, like what was I brought into this world to do. And I knew that like my art had something to do with it, and giving back to our community and helping children was part of it also. So my eyes were opened up to what the conditions were in preschools back home in the north and the east. And basically what the situation is in preschools, they're mostly privately funded. So by temples, churches, families, NGOs. And so they're not able to have all the resources and supplies that they need. So these kids from birth to grade ages 5, their minds are not developing the way that they're supposed to. So the preschool teachers there had said one thing that could really develop their minds was coloring books. And I was like, what? I opened up my file. I'm like, oh my God, I have one that I've started. So I'm like, I would be crazy not to take on this opportunity to make real change. So I started working on it. What took 3 years, I was able to finish in about 2 months. Wow. And I was able to send it back home. So it was able to be distributed to 4 preschools in Muletive. And now just recently, it's going to be distributed in Batikalo also. They're reprinting. So about almost 200 copies have reached preschools, and it's apparently making a real impact there, and kids are loving it.
My God, that's so amazing to hear. I also wanted to ask you, what did you learn from this experience, especially like about yourself, your work, and the communities that you served?
I realized that I can't do this alone. Like, I started off this process of creating this coloring book alone, but I couldn't have come this far and made such an impact without people there to help me, and people showing me what's really there, what communities really needed the help, right? So I easily could have just made this and just put it on Amazon and sold it, but I was like, no, there's a bigger purpose here, and it's really like collaboration and working together towards the same goal is so important. And what I learned about myself is that making art and it helping someone is more fulfilling for me than just designing for like money or designing for any other purpose. So I'm finally excited that I was able to find my purpose through this experience.
Do you have plans to expand this project? Maybe more books, different age groups, or even distributing it to other regions? And if you had unlimited resources, what would the next step of this project look like?
Yeah, so this book is the Uira article, and I've just completed the May articles, which the print file has been sent to Sri Lanka, and they're going to start distributing those color books as well, which is really exciting. And it's like, this book is currently on Amazon, and the next book will be as well. And really, like, all the funds I get from these sales allow me to print more books back home. So it's really exciting, and it's really exciting to know that I'm not the only one really making an impact. Those who are supporting and buying these books to help their children are also helping children back home. So it's really a win-win. And then I also want to get into trying to make coloring books for tirukuras. I grew up not learning them. So they're basically books that teach you human values. So about compassion, empathy, like education, friendship, like really like core values of what it is to be a human. And I think it's really important. And when I was growing up, like I did not put an effort to like learn those. And I think I grew up in a family that instilled those values in me, thankfully. But back home, like due to a lot of circumstances and family situations, like kids are not given those opportunities to learn those values, and I think it's really important. So the next set of books I'm hoping, if all goes well, are going to be those tirukuras. Obviously, I'm going to have a lot of help because I don't know how to read and write. So it's going to be, again, a group effort. And this is where if I had unlimited resources, I could do a lot. But I think it's a lot about perspective too. Like here we see it as limited resources, but back home families see as though we have unlimited resources. So it's really like we could do so much with so little to help back home. So I would say like the next step is really just all of us coming together, whoever has the same goal to help back home with the children. Like I would love it. Like you could reach out, like they could reach out to me and we could create this huge collective and just like create together to just help with the situation back home and helping kids and develop their minds together. So resources don't just come in the form of like supplies, it's people and their knowledge too, right?
So this would include recruiting other graphic designers, other people that are really passionate about art?
Yeah, and like preschool is not just about art, right? Yeah. There's so many other sectors to learn about. So anyone who's really just really excited to help develop the minds of children could reach out, and we could find different ways to create resources for children.
So this can be other subjects like science,
math, like engineering, like everything like that, yeah.
Wow, okay. What advice would you give to other creatives like yourself who want to use their skills for social good?
I would say if you have a goal or a vision, just do it. And to know that you're not alone in the process of doing this. When I first started doing this coloring book 3 years ago, I just thought I was just making a coloring book. I didn't even think of the possibility of it changing the lives of children. And also that like it's just the first step. Like don't feel like you have to make a difference tomorrow. Like I put out this coloring book, there's so much I still want to do and I need to do. Like there's still so much work to do, and it's just a matter of taking the first step and realizing it's just the beginning, and you don't have to put all that pressure on you because there's so much going on in the world. Sometimes you sit at night and you feel that guilt, like, oh, like your parents gave a better life for you by coming to Canada, but then there's so much back home that people are like not living the life that you are. So you sit with that guilt, but it shouldn't make you feel like you have to do so much at once. So just take that first step and work on it day by day, a little bit a day, an hour a day. Like really, like it took me 2 months to do that coloring book, but I worked on it 1 to 2 hours a day, and it came a long way.
Yeah. So as we've heard from Siyane, this is the first of many, and it's not completely reserved to arts. It can be other subjects, like as we've seen, math, science, anything. And I encourage all members of our esteemed community to take a look at this coloring book, this Tamil coloring book, as a mark of our Tamil heritage, and also to make a purchase, perhaps make a purchase on Amazon and help her with her initiative. And Siyane, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so if anything I've said about my initiative resonates with you, you could reach out to me and we could work on this together. It's just the beginning and there's so much we can do. And I just want to thank TISCA for this opportunity. I really appreciate the safe space for me to be able to talk about this.
That was good.
Very good.
Yeah, it was perfect.
Perfect. That's cut.
Like, is it weird that I said perhaps twice?
No.
No?
I
I don't think
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Don't cut that halal, really. It's perfect.
Perfect.
yeah, that's real.
Man, you are so attractive.